Timey, this is the commander.
This is Timey using my official broadcast voice. Impressive, eh? Anything new and exciting to report?
Balthazar's herald is on the loose, and she's killing everyone in her path.
What for? I mean, Balthazar always has an objective in mind, but how does collateral damage help him achieve it? Is it some kind of morale breaker? Or does he just like showing off how mean he is?
A bit of both. But the main reason seems to be he needs a steady supply of spirits he can turn into forged.
Wait, he's putting spirits into metal skins so he can boss them around? That's nasty! Inquest nasty! Somebody needs to teach him that even for a god, the ends don't always justify the means.
It's like you're reading my mind. I'll check in again when I have more news.
Stay in touch.
Commander, over here.
Tito, what's going on?
Blast was here, battling the Branded just outside these walls when the Forge attacked. We overheard one of the Forged say Balthazar himself was on his way to snare the dragon. You there, follow me. I promised the Order of Shadows would help you find Balthazar's herald, but I trust you'll settle for the god himself.
We need your help getting to Vlast. He may be the secret to stopping Balthazar.
I'm sorry, but nobody at this post is equipped to stand against the god of war. This way! Keep moving! I have to get these people away from the danger here, back to Coromir's temple. Come on, we need to stick together.
Won't even fight for their own homes?
These people aren't warriors. Unlike you, they see challenging a god as certain death. So they prefer to run and live.
We understand. Get them to the temple. I didn't have the heart to tell him that if we die today, there's nowhere in Tyria that will be spared.
Then let's do our best not to die today.
I like the Tribune's plan.
So what now?
We find Vlast. Kaz?
I'm coming with you. I want answers.
No one's going through this gate! The Forge are thick as sand fleas out there!
Don't worry, we'll thin out their ranks.
You'll have to find another way.
Oh, looks like someone's immune to the Rytlock charm.
No telling which way Vlast went. There's fire and debris in every direction.
This is combat destruction. Dragons tend to leave a more distinctive trail.
Like raging fires and broken bodies?
Along those lines. You'll know it when you see it. So, will this be your first god fight?
Engaging!
Yeah, you?
In the spirit of one-upsmanship, I'll count Mordremoth and say no.
More martyrs! Kill them all!
I'll show you
Hurry!
the ropes.
He'll be here soon! Engaging!
Ah, here's something.
Strength of the pack.
Shards? They're not branded crystals.
Vlast must have created them to impale the Forge chasing him.
Clever dragon.
That's the worst kind.
Any idea where he may have gone from here?
I suggest we keep looking north. Fresh claw marks. I'd say up that plateau.
If Vlast is up there, Balthazar can't be far behind. Balthazar.
Commander, have you come to accept my god's offer?
Never.
Consider, a life of servitude is still life.
Kill shot. Strength of the pack. Check. We heal as one.
Expect no mercy from my god.
And he should expect none from me. We heal as one.
Give in to his will. I too tried to resist, but I failed. And surrender makes the pain more bearable.
Maybe I'm stronger than you. Strength of the pack. We heal as one.
Prove you are stronger. Kill my god. Please!
Balthazar! Stop this! Your war will destroy Tyria. I won't allow you to commit more atrocities. If you won't talk, we have to treat you as the enemy.
Very well. You face the god of war, mortal creatures. And I tire of your meddling.
So be it. Your herald is dead. I killed her.
You could have replaced her, but you refused my offer. We'll have no more words, Tyrion. Only death. Sure. You, friend, I will spare. But my mercy ends there.
Friend? Come here.
Foolish choice. The flames will blacken your corpse.
What happened?
Did we prevail?
No, no, no.
So what happened to Balthazar?
Rytlock, what just happened? Why did Balthazar spare you? Call you friend?
Balthazar, I think we met once before.
What do you mean? When?
When I was looking for my sword, Sohathan, in the mists.
I don't know how long I'd been looking. It's easy to lose track of time in the mists. But when I finally found Sohathan, its flame had been extinguished. Then I saw the stranger, in chains. He told me he could reignite my sword. I didn't ask his name, or why he'd been imprisoned there. I only asked him to restore Sohathan's flame. To repay the favor, I used the sword to break the chains that bound him. When I did, a portal opened. He told me it was a passage out of the mists. A way home. He must have followed me out, escaping the mists. I didn't know until just moments ago. But that stranger was Balthazar. He looked just like any other spirit trapped in the mists. I didn't know the truth until just now. Commander, I'm gonna make this right.
I know.
Commander, is Rytlock okay? Balthazar hits like a god.
He'll be fine. Vlast sacrificed himself to save me.
Oh my gods!
When he died, Balthazar was knocked back by the Force. Then he was just gone.
So we still have no idea why he wanted Vlast, what his plans are.
Wait, these crystals. They look like the memory crystal we saw in Glint's lair when the Master of Peace received Aurine's egg.
A memory crystal? How do you...
The War God hunts me for the power I carry within and the weapon in the Prophet's shadow. You must discover the knowledge to unlock them, sister, before he does.
That's Vlast's voice. Right, Commander?
He left this message for Aurine.
Or for someone he knew he could trust to get it to her.
Prophet's shadow. Any ideas?
It's probably Glint's lair. I've been there. It's not far from here.
Rytlock, you had Casimir worried.
But if Balthazar knows about Glint's lair, we might meet some resistance getting in.
If we can get in. That's kind of the trick.
Okay. You three get to Glint's lair and recon for Forged and Balthazar. I'm going to find the rest of these crystals. They may be useful. I also need to find a place to reach Taimi and check in on Aurine.
Are you going to tell Aurine about Vlast?
Trust me, she already knows. I can feel her reacting. She must be connected to Vlast like she is to me.
Really? In any case, Commander, given the heights in this terrain, you should find out how the locals get around.
Do you read me?
Something's up, isn't it? Kate says the mood in the egg chamber has taken a troubling turn.
What do you mean?
Aurine's not herself. She started moaning like she was in pain, but she won't let anyone near. She actually snapped at her exalted attendants, angrily. The whole city's talking about it. What's going on?
Balthazar is a lot tougher than he was before. He swatted us down like we were nothing. And he killed Vlast. He was aiming for me, but Vlast took the hit.
Oh, wow. That explains why Aurine's so agitated. She's grieving for her big brother, the poor thing. I'll liaise with Kaith and the Luminate. Together, maybe we can calm Aurine down.
Sounds like a plan. I'll check in again soon.
Bye.
In the ancient days, Glint served a titanic master, the Elder Dragon, Kralkatorrik. Mindless and brutal, Glint decimated continents at the Elder Dragon's command. It was then that we, the Forgotten, developed a ritual to free a creature from the Elder Dragon's control. We performed it on Glint with great success. Her mind cleared, and Glint's will was her own. Yes, after Glint was freed from Kralkatorrik's madness, she gave birth to her eggs. First among these was a dragonling named Vlast. When the Branded came, he was the first to throw himself into the fray. His battles were legendary. Many times we were saved by a shadow swooping in from the sky. The people of Alona told tales for generations, both of hope and of fear toward their protector. When the Branded came, Glint sent Vlast away. She could feel Kralkatorrik coming to destroy her. She prophesied a great legacy, an important role for Vlast, and could not risk his death as well. After the death of his mother, Vlast battled the Branded, destroying them in a vengeful swath. More poured into Alona from the north, threatening to destroy the country and all who live there. Now, as we all fall under Kralkatorrik's gaze, Vlast fights on. He has beaten many of Kralkatorrik's followers, but there is only so much that one creature, even if it happens to be a dragon, can do.
To hold the weapon is to hold the fate of Tyria in your hands. The power to change the shape of the world. Potent enough to fell the Elder Dragons. Its might should not be taken lightly.
You'll hear no argument from me.
It was created so mortals could do the work of dragons of our line. To combat cataclysmic power and prevent the destruction of all life.
Following in his mother's footsteps.
He seeks it for the wrong purpose. We're not ready.
We? He's talking about Aurene.
My sister, the mantle is heavy. At times, too heavy to bear. But Mother believed. So we must endure. If you discover yourself...
The rest must be corrupted.
If you found these crystals, it means I failed before we met. For this, I apologize. I would have enjoyed the company in the desert skies.
She'll never know her brother.
I hear you have chosen a champion. They will need this when the world tips. The death of the jungle dragon has accelerated our sire's rise.
If only I'd known.
The god of fire continues to pursue me. I fear he may get the weapon. If he does, the consequences will be unpredictable.
That's putting it lightly. All the more reason to get to it first.
I would have destroyed it, but Mother forbade me. She never foresaw this crisis. The right path eludes me. I feel trapped in this role. This legacy. I yearn for freedom. But I cannot turn away from these responsibilities. To do so would doom the mortal races to certain destruction. And perhaps myself as well. But then again, there is a kind of freedom in death. Is there not? Kralkatorrik continues to grow in power, and her mother's death remains unavenged. And the time comes to... And I wonder, sister, are your exalted attendants shaping you as they shaped me? Have their words taken hold of your heart? Do you feel the weight of those words grow heavier with every passing moment? Some advice. If you grow weary of your caretakers, offer a hiss or a swat of your tail and watch them scatter. Do not let them or yourself forget what you are. Your champion fills me with curiosity. Perhaps because my own never appeared.
Kill them all!
The Exalted gave me purpose, but no true connection to it. I hope you fare better, my sister. I hope you feel full of purpose. Most days, all I feel is anger.
Strength of the pack.